Hey guys, Ken here, and today we are actually making an exhibition slash tutorial on how to effectively use a Star Gladiator in the online game known as Ragnarok Online. And we're going to show you how to effectively use a Star Gladiator in Thor's Volcano for leeching purposes. Now, if you ever never played this game, then you can completely bypass this video unless you want to watch it just to see what the game looks like. But we're going to go through this fairly quickly, as I expect most people who play the game to already understand how everything works. Anyways, so Star Gladiators, most people will push them off to the sides and not even think of them, give them a second thought because of how situational their skills appear to be. And they're right, their skills are very situational. I personally only use my Star Gladiator for leeching purposes. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you why that is. The Star Gladiators have a very unique ability known as, let's see here, I think it's Breeze of the Stars. What this does is it gives you double experience on a day that has been designated Day of the Stars. Now, on our server, I believe this is the same for every server, but on our server, the Day of the Stars is considered every day that's divisible by 5. So, like yesterday, which was January 5th, January 10th, January 15th, the 20th, 25th, 30th, and so on and so forth. So, those days are considered Days of the Star, and that particular skill will take effect on that day. The other thing is you have to designate a very specific map on the game as your map of the stars. You can only use one map per server per character. So be very careful on what you're choosing. I personally obviously chose Thor's Volcano as my Day of the Stars map. And the last thing you'll be doing is you will apply level 3 Hatred of the Stars on a creature called Kasa. Now, a Kasa is a big bird made out of fire. These things are considered mini-bosses, have 80,000 hit points, dish out a lot of damage pretty quickly. But you are about to see just how effective a Star Gladiator can be at killing Kasa. Now, before we jump into this little video of me killing a couple of Kasa, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what's necessary for this to be done. First thing is, you absolutely must be soul linked. When you're soul linked, you are given the ability to use a skill known as Union. Union is very special. It will allow you to never miss with your skills, and that is going to be pretty much imperative to killing Kasa. Without it, I can almost never kill anything. The second skill, or not skill, but the second buff that you need to get is going to be a full round of buffs from a High Priest. Most importantly, a Sumptio. If you don't have a Sumptio applied to you, you're not going to survive very long at all. So a High Priest is necessary for this. The last thing is the skills that you personally are going to be using. They range from level 3 Warm Wind, so you are enchanting yourself as water. You definitely want to have Fall Break so that you can dodge some attacks, which will prolong the amount of time that you are surviving, which is definitely good when you're running through Thor's Volcano. And you're going to need your offensive skill. 2 in particular, Flying Sidekick and your Warmth of the Stars. Now, Warmth of the Stars is an interesting skill. It creates an offensive barrier around you that deals full damage to creatures and pushes them back 2 cells. Normally, that's good at keeping things off of you for a little bit, giving you a chance to breathe. However, in this instance, we are using that primarily for offensive capabilities. A mini-boss will not be pushed back by any skill. Therefore, if you're using Warmth of the Stars on a Kasa, it will not be pushed back, and you will be constantly hitting it at full damage at the highest possible attack speed in the game. Now, if I remember correctly, that attack speed is 191, and I think the only physical way of getting that is if you are an overpowered GM or something along those lines. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and jump into this video so that I can show you the process here. Now, as soon as we load in here, you should see me use Warm Wind. Yep, there it is, Warm Wind. Level 3, so I'm now enchanted as water. I am showing you my items on the left, so I'll get into that in just a moment. And we are walking up to our first Kasa. Remember, these things are flaming birds. I'm going to use Flying Sidekick to target it. And there you go. Nothing but a stream of numbers of damage. Now you see that damage is calculated in the 27 to 2800 points of damage per hit. You can increase that by using the skill you have that increases damage based on how many party members are on the screen. So if you're leeching someone, you'll obviously do a little more damage. Now you'll notice every time I'm teleporting, I'm reapplying Warmth of the Stars. That's because every time you teleport, Warmth of the Stars will wear off. Alright, here I'll apply it again. I see a cost over there that's kind of by itself. That's good. Flying Sidekick and damage. There's an imp also attacking. You'll see it gets pushed back every now and then. Imps are kind of annoying because they're hard to target. Compared to those Casa, every time you flying sidekick it, you will push it back, and so it can take a little bit of time to kill one of those. I usually ignore them, and I just go straight for the Casas. Each Casa I kill, I am personally getting more than 1% experience, as our server has our experience set at 13 times normal rate. Therefore, our Casas are giving us about 637,000 experience per kill on a normal basis. On Star Day, that gets doubled. So on our server, we're getting 1.2 million experience per kill. That does get leeched 50%, or however it's split up depending on how many people you've got in your party, but it will get leeched, that extra experience, to those party members, which is fantastic. That is why Star Gladiators are the best leechers in the game, in my opinion, and I just recently found that out. Up until this point in time, I've been using Anubis with monks or priests to go ahead and leech characters, but that just takes far too long, and getting, down to level 4 Sphinx can take a bit of time. Luckily, this is level 1 Thor's Volcano. You can easily get back every single time you die. Okay. Now let's go ahead and talk about the items. Now, as you can see, I've paused the screen right where I died, so we can go ahead and take a look at what I'm wearing. I'm currently wearing a Magnes cap. You can completely forget about the Romantic Leaf. That's just my own personal preference. The book I have is a +7 3-slotted book. The cards in it are a Peko Peko Egg, a Vadon card, and a Minoris card. The garment I'm wearing is a +7 Raedric card garment. The armor I'm wearing is an Odin's Blessing with a Pasana card in it. Basically, you want to have fire armor, so it cuts your fire damage done to you, basically in half. The shield I have is a Phenomena card. And the boots that I'm wearing have an Antique Firelock soldier card in it. And again, if you use that card, you want to definitely put it in some shoes that are +9 or better. You get an added bonus of strength for that, if I remember correctly. The accessories recommended use 2 Mantis cards inside of 2 slotted rings, so you get the most strength possible, but I'm frugal. I don't like to use fly wings all that much, so I replaced one of them with a teleport clip, which is perfectly fine. You saw how effective it was. Keep in mind, though, I have seen players dishing out 8,000 points of damage per hit when they have the best gear and have a full party on screen. It's ridiculously sick, to be honest. Alright, now let's talk stats. In order to get Thor worthy on a Star Gladiator, you need to have 99 strength, about 45 to 50 dexterity, about 45 to 50 luck, and about 40 to 50 vitality. That is your goal. Recommended you go ahead and get your vitality before you even try Thor. Even if you have all the necessary gear, before you try Thor, go ahead and get your vitality up to 40, your strength up to about 70, and you must have your dexterity and luck at 40 to 45. Otherwise, you're just not going to be dealing enough damage to outdamage the Casa before it kills you. So, once again, I'll just show you those clips of us killing the Casas. Keep in mind, these things have about 80,000 life, and you're dishing out damage to kill it in about 1.5 to 2 seconds. Pretty insane. The best way to utilize this is keep, whoever you're leeching at the front entrance while you're teleporting around. Find yourself some lone Casa and just smack the crap out of it. But that is how you effectively utilize a Star Gladiator in Thor's Volcano. And to anybody out there who is wondering what server I'm playing on, go ahead and send me a message and I'll go ahead and refer you to our website. And anyone else who's interested, yeah, still send me a message and I can explain further about the game. But thank you very much for watching, and everyone out there, I hope you had a wonderful holiday. Bye-bye.